Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at some of the Hong Kong stocks. Before we begin, remember to take a second to give the video a like and subscribe as it really help our channel. Without further ado, let's first start off with the Hang Seng Index. So as you can see, the Hang Seng Index actually broke down 32.2% around 20.4k, and Friday we saw a huge sell-off. So the next support would be the 20,000 psychological support as well as this 23.6% at 19950. If you were to break down further, then 1917 essentially would be the last support. So in the event that we do break up, then the first resistance to watch would be 20.580 and 21249 will be the next resistance in line. Let's move on to the Hang Seng Tech Index. So as you can see, the Hang Seng Tech Index is slightly stronger, even though we saw a heavy sell-off on Friday as well. So 4609, 61.8% did not hold. So we are holding the 38.2% at 4283. If you were to break down further, then 4082 and even the 4000 psychological support level may be tested as well. Resistance to clear will be 4480 and 4717. Let's move on to some of its constituents. So Tencent, as you can see, is very bearish. In fact, there is no support other than this 297. There is a likely chance for us to create lower lows and new lows as well in the event that we do not bounce up and create a double bottom at these levels around the $300 psychological support level. Resistance to clear will be at this blue conversion line at 323, and the next resistance will be 352, which is still quite far away. Let's move on to Alibaba. So Alibaba, once it broke down its $100 psychological support level and broke down its cloud support, we essentially broke through the 30.2%, $95, and almost saw this 23.6% at 89.65 being tested. In the event that this $90 and 89 would not hold next week, it's likely for us to break down to see $80 being tested and where this gap is filled. In the event that we do not fill the gap, then we may just bounce off from here, but it's a highly likely chance for us to fill the gap and may even retest back this $70 in the event that the bearish momentums will to continue further. Resistance to clear will be 98 and also 106. Moving on to Meituan or 3690. So Meituan is consolidating sideways, but unfortunately, even on Friday, we saw a sell-off as well, and we are currently in the cloud support level. So if we were to break down 170, 161, and 150 would likely be the next support level in line. Resistance to clear would be 186 and also at around 192 levels. Let's move on to NetEase. So NetEase, clearly you can see that it's also very bearish, 61% in a whole. So 140 and 133 may be the essentially last support here. Because if we were to break down this last support, then 123 will likely to be tested or even resetting everything at 108. Resistance to clear will be around 146 and 145. Moving on to NIO. So as you can see, NIO seems to be well supported by the clouds for now. If you were to break down, then we might see a bigger drop. Next support at 38.2% is around 138 or even 124 as a potential possibility for the next support level for NIO. If you were to break up, then 156 and 172 would be the next resistance in line. Let's move on to JD. So JD, as you can see, it essentially broke down 61.8%, and we saw this 50% being tested on Friday at 232. So the next support will be 222 and even 209 or around 210 levels. Resistance to clear will be 242 and also 252. Let's move on to Baidu, or in fact, it's 9888. So 9888, we can see that there was already some selling pressure beforehand, and we broke down 61.8%, similar to JD.com. So once we break this down, we're looking at around 130 and even 124 as the next support in line. If we were to break down this cloud support level, then things will start to turn ugly. Not forgetting that there's also this gap here at around 117 levels. So that's it. Two resistance to watch will be 137 and also 143. Let's move on to AIA. So AIA or 1299, you can see that there was also a sell-off on Friday, even though there was some gains earlier in the week. That said, if we were to break down this cloud support level at around, say, $77, things will start to turn ugly. We may even see 75 or even 71.60 being tested. Not forgetting there's also a gap here at $75. Moving on to PingAn. So PingAn 2318, very bearish. You can see that essentially 45.80 is our last support here. So it's likely for us to see 45.80 next week or even creating new lows similar to Tencent if we do not get a double bottom. Resistance to clear will be this 47.85 and $50 psychological resistance. Lastly, we have Xiaomi Corporation or 1810. So 1810, you can see they broke down 16.8%, 1292, and we are likely to be looking at cloud support next week. So 1242 itself also break down. So we may be testing this $12 psychological support levels and this 38.2% at the support level 1192 or even 1130 and start breaking back down to 1030. As of now, all the Chinese stocks in Hong Kong are pretty bearish, and hopefully we get a bounce next week. In the event that we still continue to sell off, then we might start seeing new lows, especially for Tencent or even PingAn. So hopefully buyers start to come back next week and the sentiments will to change. So if there's any changes, I'll give you guys an update. Thanks for stopping by. Queue with me again. Appreciate the manipulation.